I didn't plan to notice the house. That's the thing that still messes with me. It was December 30th, the night before New Year's Eve, and my street looked like something out of a postcard. Every house lit up, strings of warm lights along rooftops, inflatable snowmen leaning slightly to one side, Christmas music leaking out through walls. Even the air felt busy, like it was waiting for something. Every house was preparing, except one. My name's Caleb. I'm 31, lived in the same rental on Pine Hollow Road for almost 4 years. Quiet street, dead end, 15 houses total. Everyone knows everyone, at least by sight. You notice when something's off. I noticed the darkness when I pulled into my driveway around 8:40 p.m. The house directly across from mine, number 417, was completely black. No porch light, no window glow, no decorations, just a shape sitting there. Now, 417 wasn't abandoned. An older couple lived there. Quiet, polite nods, the kind who waved but never talked much. I knew they were still around because I'd seen their car 2 days earlier. I stood there longer than I should have, keys still in my hand. I actually said out loud, "Huh," like that explained anything. Inside my house, I dropped my jacket, microwaved leftover chili, and turned the TV on low. Football highlights played in the background. Normal noise, normal night. Still, every few minutes, my eyes drifted back to the front window. The house stayed dark. By 9:30, snow started falling again. Thick flakes, heavy. The kind that blurs edges and makes distances feel wrong. The streetlights gave everything a soft orange haze. That's when I noticed something else. There were no tracks in front of 417. Every driveway on the street had tire marks, footprints, paths shoveled or at least kicked through. But the snow in front of that house looked untouched, smooth, like no one had gone in or out all day. I remember thinking, okay, that's weird. I checked my phone. No neighborhood alerts. No power outage reports. At 10:05, someone knocked on my door. Not loud, not aggressive, just 3 soft knocks. I frowned. Nobody knocks anymore. People text or ring the bell. I opened the door halfway. My neighbor from 2 houses down, Mark, stood there, bundled up, breath fogging the air. "Hey," he said. "Sorry, man. Weird question. What's up?" He hesitated, then glanced across the street. "You seen the folks in that house today?" My stomach tightened just a little. "No," I said. "Why?" Mark scratched his beard. "Their porch light's usually on by now. My wife says it's been dark since yesterday." "So?" I shrugged. "Maybe they're visiting family." "Yeah," he said slowly. "That's what I thought. But their car's in the garage." We stood there for a second, listening to the quiet. "Probably nothing," I said. Even to my own ears, it sounded thin. Mark nodded, but he didn't look convinced. "Yeah, probably." He left. I locked the door. At 10:47 p.m., the lights flickered. Just once. Not enough to reset the TV, just enough to notice. And when they came back steady, the porch light at 417 turned on. I exhaled without realizing I'd been holding my breath. "See," I muttered. Nothing. But the light didn't warm the house. It revealed it. The porch was empty. No decorations. No welcome mat. And the light itself was too bright, stark, almost white, like a security spotlight, not a porch bulb. Then the front door opened, slowly. No one stepped out. The door just opened, about a foot, then stopped. I leaned closer to the window. Don't, I whispered to myself. I don't know why, just don't. The door stayed open. Snow drifted inside. At 11, fireworks popped somewhere far off. Early celebrations. Kids, probably. That's when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I stared at it. My thumb hovered. I almost ignored it. Almost. Hello? Breathing answered me. Not loud, not rushed. Measured. Like someone holding the phone too close to their mouth. Yeah, I said. Who's this? The breathing stopped. Then a voice, low, calm, slightly amused. You're awake. My skin prickled. Who is this? A pause. Then, everyone else is busy. What do you want? I asked. The voice didn't answer right away. Instead, it said, they forgot to turn the lights back on. I pulled the phone away from my ear and looked at the screen. Still unknown. What lights? I asked. The voice sighed. Actually sighed, like I'd disappointed it. Across from you. I walked to the window. The porch light at 417 was off again. The front door was closed. No snow disturbance. No movement. How do you know where I live? I asked quietly. Another pause. Then, softer now. You noticed first. My mouth went dry. Noticed what? That it wasn't celebrating. My heartbeat thudded in my ears. I think you've got the wrong number, I said, and hung up. Immediately, my phone rang again. Unknown number. I didn't answer. Across the street, the porch light clicked on. And this time, I swear to you, someone was standing just inside the doorway. Not fully outside, not fully inside, just there, tall, still, watching my house. The fireworks grew louder in the distance, like the world was celebrating something it didn't understand yet. Then my doorbell rang. Not across the street. My door. I didn't move. It rang again, longer this time, and from my phone, lying face down on the counter, I heard a notification buzz. A text message. I didn't want to look. I did anyway. Unknown number. You should have stayed busy like the others. The doorbell stopped. Footsteps crunched on my porch. Slow, deliberate, moving away from the door, toward the front window, toward where I was standing. And then, very softly, someone knocked on the glass. The knock on the glass wasn't hard. That's what scared me. It was gentle, almost polite. Like whoever was out there didn't want to startle me, just wanted my attention. I stood frozen, staring at my own reflection in the window. My face looked pale, wrong, like I was already halfway to becoming someone else. "Go away," I whispered. The figure across the street didn't move. Then my phone rang again. Unknown number. I didn't answer. I couldn't. My hands were shaking too badly. The footsteps on the porch moved again, slowly drifting away from the window, back toward the door. Relief hit me too fast. And that's when I heard the sound that killed it. Keys. Someone was trying my lock. I stumbled backward, my heel catching on the rug. "No, no, no," I muttered, louder than I meant to. The handle turned, stopped, turned again. Then the voice came through the door, not raised, not threatening, almost friendly. "Caleb," it said. My chest tightened so hard I thought I might pass out. I had never told anyone my name tonight. "Police are busy," the voice continued. "Everyone's counting down already." I grabbed my phone and dialed 911. My fingers slipped twice before I got it right. It rang. Once. Twice. Then nothing. No dial tone. Just static. Behind me, my TV switched channels by itself. The football highlights vanished, replaced by a local news station. The lower banner read, "Live, New Year's Eve coverage." The anchor smiled, cheerful and oblivious. The door handle stopped moving. Silence fell so heavy it made my ears ring. Then, a crash. Not my door, across the street. I looked out just in time to see the front door of 417 slam shut from the inside. The porch light flickered. Once. Twice. Then stayed on. The figure was gone. My phone buzzed with a new text. Unknown number. They won't need it anymore. I snapped. I don't know if it was fear or anger or just the pressure of everything breaking at once, but I grabbed my coat and shoved my feet into boots without lacing them. Stupid, I told myself. This is stupid. Still, I opened the door. Cold rushed in. The porch was empty. No footprints except my own from earlier, half filled with snow now. I crossed the street fast, every step crunching too loudly. Up close, 417 smelled wrong. Not rot, not gas, just stale, like a place sealed too long. The front door wasn't locked. I pushed it open. "Hello?" I called. My voice echoed back at me, thinner. The house was dark inside. No lights, no hum, no clock ticking. I stepped in. The air felt colder than outside. "Mr. or Mrs. Henson?" I tried. Nothing. The living room furniture was all there, but something was off. The couch cushions were gone, the TV unplugged, family photos removed, leaving clean rectangles on the walls, like they'd been erased. I heard something upstairs. Slow movement. Dragging. "Hello?" I said again, and my voice cracked. I took the first step up the stairs. Halfway up, my phone rang in my pocket. This time it wasn't unknown. It was Mark. "Caleb," he said the moment I answered. His voice was panicked. "Man, where are you?" "I'm across the street," I whispered. "In the house." "What?" "No, get out of there. Now." "Why?" I asked. "Because the cops are here. They're at your place." My stomach dropped. "What?" "They got a call," Mark said, "from your number. Someone reported a disturbance. They said your door was open. I looked behind me. The front door of 417 was slowly closing by itself. No, I breathed. Caleb, Mark said, listen to me. Stay where you are. Officers are coming to you. The call cut out. Upstairs, the dragging sound stopped. Then footsteps began, coming down, slow, deliberate, one step at a time. I backed away, heart slamming in my chest. Stop, I said. Please. The footsteps continued. Then the voice spoke again. But this time, it wasn't outside my head or through a phone. It came from the stairs. You noticed because you were alone. A shape appeared at the top of the staircase. Tall, too thin. Its face was shadowed, but its eyes reflected light that wasn't there. You came because no one stopped you. I stumbled backward, hit the front door and threw it open. Cold air slammed into me like a slap. Red and blue lights flashed down the street. Police cruisers. Neighbors standing outside, confused, half-dressed. I ran. I don't remember crossing the street. I don't remember yelling. I just remember hands grabbing my arms and a voice saying, "Sir, you're safe." I kept screaming anyway. They searched 417, found nothing. No people, no signs of struggle, just empty rooms and snow melting on the floor upstairs, footprints leading nowhere. The official report said the Hinsons had left town early that morning. Voluntary departure, no forwarding address. But here's the part they didn't put in the report. At 11:59 p.m., every house on Pine Hollow Road lost power for exactly 1 minute. At midnight, when the lights came back, 417 was dark again. And on my phone, in my call log, was one outgoing call at 10:46 p.m. to 911. I never made it. I moved out 2 weeks later. The house across the street is still empty. Every December 30th, someone turns the porch light on, just long enough to be noticed. And if the street feels too quiet, if everyone else seems busy, it already knows who's awake.